Yoga Dude, I believe we are going live. We are live. We are live.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. It is Epic Cash Live on Friday. I'm talking to you on, there's some holiday. I hear a bunch of kids playing outside, and I was like, why are there kids playing? Why aren't they in school? But now we know, right? It's a holiday, at least here in the US. So my name is Uncle Vigilante. People call me Uncle V. And I unapologetically cover Epic Cash. And first things first, why the heck is this titled? Oh, no. First things first is smash that like button, please. Comment. Tell us where you're listening from. Just get some comments in there. It's good for the algorithm. Like, share, all of that. We are so close. I'm at like 3.29 thousand. Or am I at 3.3 yet? No, 3.29 thousand subscribers. I want to get that sucker to 3.33. So everybody can accuse me of being part of the Druid Babylonian Bastard Club. So let's do that so we can get it to 3.34. Shall we? Yes, we shall. Okay, so why have we named this epiccash.com? Who owns it and why? Well, I'm going to hand it over to Yoga Dude. And Yoga Dude's going to tell you a little bedtime story about epiccash.com. Tip and Mitten was first.
Well,
now it's epiccash.com. All right, Yoga, welcome to the show.
Hey. Hello, everybody. Well, make it short and sweet. Epiccash.com, we own it. It's ours. If you go there now, you'll see the same content as on Epic.tech. Which has served us really well and continues to serve us. But we kind of looked at epiccash.com for a long time. We wanted to have it, but for some reason, registrars tend to take the tasty sounding domains and jack up the price. So it was a premium domain. And we ended up picking it up finally. Thank you to all of the 06s that jumped in on this. And we just went ahead and bought it, and had a bit of a freak out because it takes a while to transfer it. So for a while there, it was still showing as being available, and it wasn't showing in our dashboard. But all's well that ends well, and our IT team jumped on it and immediately connected it to our already existing infrastructure. So why is it a big deal? Because, as cool as .tech is, and it is tight and short, Epic.tech, to this day, a lot of the .tech sites are still being used for scams and things like that. So once in a while, we get comments from people, if they're using some antiquated, like antivirus or anti-malware thing, like sometimes still get that weird pop-up that says, hey, you're about to go to a non.com site, you son.
Right.
So you better be careful. Are you sure what that you know what you're doing, kind of thing. And a bit of a nanny state there, but so we always wanted to get the epiccash.com, and well, we finally did. So it's ours. It's great. It's great for Google for like SEO, search engine optimization. It is going to get us noticed better. And it sounds, I don't want to say it sounds more legit, because Epic.tech is legit. I mean, we made it legit.
Of course,
all of us made it legit, but epiccash.com is it's what everybody's used to seeing and what everybody expects. So we
everybody, it was one of those that it was a premium get, right? So it was a lot of money. And what we were going to do, just to kind of give you the dog food process, the sausage making process, is this kind of, uncle with a big mouth, but maybe not the biggest brain, went into, we have our 06s and 05s and 04s, and we had an 06 meeting, and Debs, shout out Debs out there, a wonderful person in the community who came in, and she started asking questions about the different domains and stuff. So we just kind of revisited all of those, and Yoga Dude is the one who secures these from us. And so epiccash.com was available if you paid for it. And I will tell you, our community has been so amazing over the last many months on fundraising, you know, my thought was, hey, look, it's not so expensive that we can't, you know, go out and raise the funds to be able to acquire it, because it makes all kinds of sense. I love the fact that we can now say, well, yeah, Epic Cash, just go to epiccash.com. Game changer in my mind. That's a game changer. But, you know, Yoga dude had the wisdom to be able to say, hold on, the second we go out and do a community raise, there's going to be someone, and you know, that's for commerce, that might be able to just nab it right there and then hold it hostage for more. And so we're like, whoa, okay, good point. So what we did is, within our small group, we funded it amongst ourselves without going to the community at large, because we wanted to make sure that we secured it and we got it, and we did. So I just want to celebrate that fact, and good job, everybody. Thank you.
Uncle, can I ask for community input on something? I don't have any kids yet, but if I did, you mentioned Debs. Like, if I had a daughter, you know, I love Debs so much. Thank you, Debs. I would probably want to name my daughter Debs, but there's so many other like female names that I would want to name my daughters too. So Donna Lee, Shelly, Joey,
Right.
Lisa, Lydia. Oh my word. The ladies of Epicenter, you guys are rocking it out. Thank you. You know who you are. You know, it's been a nerd sausage fest in here for years. We are glad you're here. We will try to, you know, do our best, you know, to accommodate. So thank you, everybody.
We do have a lot of amazing lady contributors, and we have in the security channel, in the community channel, everywhere, really. So, you know, we are egalitarian. Look, I mean.
Oh yeah, Kim, how can I forget Kim? Bad Wolf. She yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's hard to forget.
So we definitely have a lot of contributors, lady contributors.
And also, you know what I've noticed is that like Batuhan's wife, Fatima, she was the one doing the flower pots and really took the initiative on some of the relief efforts in Turkey. You know, if you out there, if your better half, whatever that is, you know, whoever that special someone is in your life, if they're not on the journey with you, why not set them up with a wallet? Why not, you know, find an opportunity? Pool Boy's wife runs a high-end marketing agency, as an example, and she's got like 27 hours worth of work of demand for clients every day for her services. And I'm like, man, Pool Boy, you know, how do we get this like rock star alpha, you know, wolf woman that's your wife, amazing person, to, you know, come in and find it worth her while to come in and row? You know, let's take that on as a challenge. KP, Ryan Kaminsky, you know, his wife is entrepreneurial. So, you know, if we've got like one foot into that family door, into the household, you know, let's look at, okay, who else in my circle could benefit from this, and how do we extend that gesture of generosity to help them get there?
Absolutely. So DSP, who, if you guys missed the Ask Max GPT video live stream, please go watch it. It was great. Got a lot of feedback from it. DSP was just awesome. We're going to have him back a lot more. As a matter of fact, we're going to do a collaboration with Ellipsis and DSP, who are going to collect questions from the community, and we're going to do something every other week to be able to do the Ask GPT, to where those questions are going to be answered. Not only there, it's going to be, you know, the questions, and you, the community, are the ones who are going to be providing those. We're going to select the right ones that we think are perfect to have articles written about them and rightly attributed to you, if you're open to that. So we could give you a shout out in the article or in the question. So it could be, you know, when we're doing the live stream, it could be Yoga Dude wants to ask Max GPT, blah, blah, blah. So I'm really excited about it. And DSP, I bring him up because if you listen to that interview with him, he used the words authentic consistency, those two words. And that's how he described our community, our whole community: authentic and consistent, that we are just there. And so, Max, thank you for bringing up the ladies of Epicenter. They are authentic and they are consistent. I just got goosebumps, and I'm not even kidding you. That this is not made for TV theater. We just all love you. So that's one thing I want to share about the Ask Max GPT, and you'll be hearing more about that. The other thing is I want to let everybody know right now, if you have an iPhone, iOS, please go to search for Epic Pay. Even if you have the wallet already, search for Epic Pay. And when you see it, don't click open in your app store, hard press on the icon. And then by hard pressing, it'll pop up and it'll give you the ability to update. You want to update it. This update basically fixes everything that we've been working on over the last 30, 45 days. It's awesome. Everything is just starting to work like crazy. So now we can, just in time for the Lucidity Festival this weekend, we can go set as many people up. If you go out to dinner tonight, I want you to tip your waiter, waitress, whatever you do, and just say, hey, you know what I'd like to also do if you're open to it? You know, I'm part of this Epic Cash community. It's crypto. But if you would download the Epic Pay wallet on your iPhone or your Android and send me the receive address, I will tip the same amount here in Epic Cash. And I just want you to see how that, grows over the period of the next year. That's what we have to start doing. One person at a time. It is now so easy. The wallet is so amazing. Just send a little Epic as a tip to those who serve you. Okay, so that's the housekeeping.
Uncle, can I just, as you were talking, I was making a list of other people that deserve shouts, and it's a big one, so I apologize in advance if I forget, but just running through. And please don't read any significance into the order of these. This is just how I happened to write them down as you were talking. We started with the ladies, but Dark Star, oh my God, you're amazing. I'm pleased to announce that thanks to Dustin and Dark Star pushing ahead and getting the issues resolved around audio quality and whatnot. The first 3 episodes of the DNA of Bitcoin are going to launch very, very soon. So thank you, Darkstar. Thank you, Dustin. Monkman and Miyamoto and Justa have just been absolute beasts on the memes and visual artistry. If you've seen Joey's videos, that make use of that. Also Paul Cook, and there's a lot of great stuff. Hard hitting, with flashes on the screen, pictures worth 1,000 words, 1 second up on there. Might have taken somebody 10 hours to do. So thank you, Monkman. Thank you, Miyamoto. Popsicle, Christopher, Julian, Mason John for your animations and imagery, the Ava Freeman character in Min and Network of Future Trillionaire stuff. So thank you. Epic234, Nigeria is absolutely popping. Saleh Audu, NGN Epic leader. If you get a message from somebody in Nigeria saying, hey, I'm Saleh in Nigeria, help me. It's not a scammer. It's just like Telegram in Nigeria. I mean, this poor guy, I think he's had 12 accounts shut down or something. There's so many scammers in Africa that even if you're not a scammer, you kind of get blocked by that same machinery and painted with that same brush. So Saleh Audu and Slek and Philip are doing amazing work in Nigeria. If you haven't seen the billboards, these guys printed up billboards. They're doing T-shirts. They bought food. They're doing a version 2. Oh, Batuhan, that's cool. You got 50 people in a drone to go do trash pickup in Turkey. Well, we got a lot of trash here in Nigeria. We can get a drone too. They're working on it, and Batuhan's helping them with it. So shout out there, Josh Adams. Thank you for spreading the gospel with Mike Adams. I had a 20-minute conversation with him, and he's going down the rabbit hole of research.
Josh Sigurdson.
So I'm sure we'll get on there. Josh Sigurdson, yes, of World Alternative Media. He's been a long-term supporter since I think 2020, something like that. Sean at SGT, Uncle crushed it. Just was an absolute beast on the live stream yesterday. I fumbled the football a couple times, but Uncle saved me. And so when you see that, Uncle's, I did an okay job on the first one and we got 30,000 views. I think Uncle knocked it out of the park on this next one, and we probably can get 50,000 views. And Sky King, if you're listening, please reach out to Sean at SGT because he wants to get a QR code up on his videos. Yes. and start taking donations and, do this and that. He's had some very specific, unique technical issues that if we help him solve, then he's more than happy to continue that journey. Dave Weiss, love you. Thank you for your ongoing support. David Avocado Wolf, Arya and Abram at the Lucidity Festival. On the tech side, Biz, Poolboy, Robert, BT, Chronos, Yoga, everybody just pulling out all the stops. Sky King, herding all these cats together. We have never operated at like 10% of the competency and the awesomeness that we are right now. It's amazing to see. I mean, just like rock stars are coming to give us just what we need at right at the time we need it. So thank you everybody. Johnny,
there's so many.
Yeah, John. Yeah, almost done. So Johnny's working on the Carthia, which is the E1 solution. If you want to not have to wait 11 days for Coinbase and Kraken and Paxful just died and this and that, if you want E1 and you want to unlock DeFi and you want to be able to buy Epic on Coinbase and Crypto.com and Yield Farm and Stake and all that stuff, then please tune into what Johnny and Becky are doing at Carthia, and also Empyrean, E1 and EMPL. Will be live and like actively working with real money, not in years, not in months, but like actively we are looking for, hey, how do we put the finger on the button? So there's these things that have been like crazy fever dreams. We have this subway map for years. Maybe they can build it, maybe they can't. That smells like BS. No, we've been quietly working and stuff is about to pop. So the key to our ecosystem, Johnny has been doing yeoman's work thinking through the cases of how you have the 19th decimal place managing trillions, and only Johnny's brain can comprehend. Diego, Alexa, Lico, and Dan Miller have been pulling out all the stops, nights, weekends, pizza, Red Bull, 24/7 to get Epic Pay up. There was an early conversation, Arya and Abram, and Sky King and Yoga, we were all discussing saying, should we just go with Veet because like we might not have it there, but in the end, like we got it working. It's not 100%, but it's working enough and it's working great. And that's because dozens of people around the world pulled out all the stops and set aside their differences and communication issues. And we should do this, we should do that. No, perfection is the enemy of good enough. We got it working. It is great. Thank you, everybody. Karthi and Pime and out of BlazeMax in Madurai, India and Singapore are working on Edna. We've got a halving countdown coming up, epicenter data and network analytics, explorer.epic.tech. So, showing the statistics. If you look at our numbers, if you really see what's going on here, you go, wait a minute, like Epic is cheaper at $2 than it was back when it was 10 cents. But that's not obvious if you just go to the CoinGecko app and you're like, Epic 002, why is it showing me 4 cents today? So they're doing the work to help expose that. So thank you, Karthi and Pime, and also KP of Ellipsis News. So okay, that's all I got.
And by the way, one thing I just want to kind of add to what Max was saying as far as good enough and everything else, I just want to make sure that everybody realizes that we're not settling for the good enough, but we got the good enough and we're putting it out there. So this is a very key thing to recognize, that we know there are improvements that are to be made and we're continuing to improve. But in the meantime, we're not letting our sense of perfectionism stop us from actually doing things. And this is a delicate balance, and the dev team and everybody, all of us are very aware of this. We use our own cooking, as we say, we eat our own cooking. So we know we welcome people's feedback, but we're constantly innovating. But the difference is we're iterating live. That's what it is.
And everybody was watching those memes, and I just want to give credit. That was I get the Justas mixed up. There's Just a Man and Just a Freeman. I believe that's Just a Freeman, right, Max?
I don't know if there's two Justas, but Just a Freeman, DJ out in Australia, has been a beast for years. So if there's another Justa, then
there is Just a Man. He's doing
okay. Yeah, all right. Just
awesome.
a one, just a two.
Yeah. So
growth problems.
just while we're here, I wanna you had referenced Nigeria. Look at that, everybody.
Oh my word. Yeah.
I mean,
Well, and let's look at how this happened. So this guy Saleh Audu, okay, the Nigerian government says you can only take out $45 a day from the ATM. If you want to do business using the Beast system, you have to KYC, you have to provide your documents, you can't do this, you can't do that. He said, okay, cool, I've got this Epic thing. I've never met I've never met a more entrepreneurial, like can-do mindset, brook no opposition, inspiring example, of humanity, of what I'm seeing in Nigeria right now. So, Epic 234, over the moon. TGF Marketing, Saleh Audu is building his future. He set up TGF Marketing to say, hey, I can take donations from the community, and I can go print this banner for let's say $100. I don't know what the price was, $100, $400, whatever it is. And he goes to the local printer and he's like, okay, I want you to print this thing. And they say, all right, well, that'll be $450 in Naira. And he says, okay, well, here, I'll give you this Naira, or I could give you this better money. Oh, this better money. That's very interesting. Oh, I got to pay my bills. I got to pay for my ink, for my printer and whatnot. Okay, well, how about we give you $400 the Naira way, and then 50 in Epic, and then come back and print something later, and the $50 in Epic is now worth like 500. Oh, how do I buy some more? And now that print shop is like saying Epic is preferred here, and so on, and that's how it starts. Yeah, absolutely.
Look at this.
I think this is my first time touching a drone. All these drones in movies.
He is acting under his own entrepreneurial volition.
Look at this,
my brother.
Yeah, he's doing it. We are helping him do it, but he's doing it. Our technology enables him to make this happen for us.
I am
This is crazy cool.
I'm so proud of these people, and I want to let everybody know that I have reached out to all of the Nigerian leaders who are doing this independently, and we are working towards, we're going to identify a date. It'll be a special time, I'm sure, because of the time differences there, but I want to get every leader that's out there doing this type stuff from Nigeria on a Zoom call from different areas of Nigeria to be able to come introduce themselves to you. You guys can ask any questions. We can rally behind them and support them. But I mean, my gosh, if we could only clone them in every country, and
we can. So, Uncle, I'm going to do my rant thing. I'll try to keep it short, but I just pulled out my folder for language group 10AF. Shout out to Ryan Comiskey, to Cadillac, to Cryptopreneur number 5, to Alicia. The administrative team is kicking ass. So we have this Epic Everywhere language campaign. We want to really reach everybody. And so there's so many African languages. We call it African Language Group 10AF. That's the tracking code. We've got Igbo, IGBO, which is a Nigerian language. We've got Hausa. We've got Fulfulde. We've got Bamanankan. We've got Amharic. That's Ethiopia and Eritrea. We've got Afrikaans, which is South Africa. We've got Zulu, which is South Africa. We've got Yoruba, which is Nigeria. We've got Xhosa. We've got Swahili.
Max, in all of these languages, how do you say shitcoin in each one of those languages?
I think it rhymes with goosey and taco and ECG.
Okay. Fair enough.
Shitcoin. Yeah. So we've got Sunda, we've got Sotho, and Somali. So like what Saleh Audu and his brethren there are doing, because we do everything open source. That's the template. We can do this everywhere. There's nothing stopping us, and we're almost there. So if you like what you see and you want to do it, go do it. Ask forgiveness rather than permission. If you need help, like, the resources are there. Talk to Arya, talk to Uncle, reach out. This is our time.
And I hope everybody is realizing, as we are onboarding more and more people, I think we're over 2,800 in the main chat now. I think by Monday, it'll be more than 3,000. But I think what people are realizing when they come into our community is how welcoming our community is. They get the tip bot set up, and we're just so giving, and Yoga Dude, I would like to give you the floor here, because we had a conversation earlier in the week to where you were talking about, I mean, you're a miner, but you were talking about how people when they get like a tip to Epic or whatever, can you kind of put that in perspective from a miner's point of view?
Yeah. So look, it's like pulling gold out of the ground or pulling diamonds out of the ground. Well, the diamonds are bullshit, but let's say real stuff like gold or Epic. It takes effort. It takes CPU cycles. It takes GPU cycles. So it takes electricity. It takes an investment in your hardware. You spend money on your gaming rig or on your business PC or whatever, and you're burning electricity when you're mining. Your electricity goes up when you do that. And because of the difficulty, because of our popularity, our difficulty goes up. Just like with Bitcoin, the more people are mining, except you still don't need an ASIC to do this. You can still do this with your PC, but the rewards, and this to me, when people think like, oh, it's only like 2 Epic Cash, right? What is 2 Epic Cash? 2 Epic Cash today is if you have a top-notch $3,000-$4,000 system, okay, with top gaming, card, top CPU like a 3950, AMD CPU, and a gaming card like a 3090. I'm sorry, I'm throwing some nerd jargon here. Okay, you're going to at best get about 2 epics in a 24-hour cycle.
Wow.
Okay, so and you're going to burn some electricity to do that. Okay, so
a lot of electricity, actually more than the current market value of the coins in many cases, depending on your electricity
depending
rates.
on where you live. I mean, if you live in California or if you live in in some other in New York, for sure, or in Europe, for sure.
I'm watching people put in orders and trades for thousands of coins, thinking like it's nothing, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I mean, we need to visually represent, like, a visual capitalist where they have those pictures of pallets of cash, stacked up next to the Empire State Building.
That's the other thing. That's the other thing you got to consider is how much Epic is coming to the market today. Well, today, you're getting about 5,600 Epics a day that are divvied up between all these miners in the world that are mining Epic right now. Okay, so it's scarce, and it's about to get more scarce because in July we have a halving coming up. Okay, that's right. And the other thing that's really cool and empowering is we're still small enough where if you're investing into mining and you're investing into just earning Epic, from the community through your merit, right? You can then put your oar in the water and go out there and like our posts, retweet, support our content. So tell other people. It's still a grassroots movement. You can make your Epic.
El McMurphy, come on. That's a great reason for you to come on.
What?
You want
Crypto Housewife? Don't let me forget to talk about Crypto Housewife. But go ahead. I'm gonna hold my finger.
But we have some conversation in the chat. So if El McMurphy is in there, I just want to get him on. Maybe he's not there, so we can continue. But when there he is. Here. So I'd like for you to talk about some of the tweets that Epic Cash, our primary channel, have been sending out, and the request for people to engage and how little bit of time it takes. But more than that, now that you're there, I just want to know, on behalf of those in the chat, why are you so hot?
He's Latino Jason Statham.
Yeah, it's pretty hot in here in Honduras, so that's fine.
Oh, we just had someone in there. Everybody loves Enrique. Oh. Well,
Enrique, what's your OnlyFans link? And can you ask him to add Epic there?
I had to shut that down, man.
It was too hot. It was melting screens all over the world.
It was like they didn't have large enough number columns in their revenue line to accommodate the demand for your services.
But seriously, Enrique has been, running these amazing comparisons, super informative comparisons. And this is not bullshit. This is real numbers, like as they stack, as they compare, this is real.
Yeah, I mean, I've been taking a lot of the best performing assets in the crypto space and comparing them to Epic in US dollar terms. And I'm going to continue to do other comparisons in sats, market cap, and, other metrics to show that Epic has truly been one of the best stores of value, with the exception of maybe a couple of other crypto assets.
What's better? What's better aside from Shiba?
There's only Shiba. Yeah,
I'm not aware
that's
of
the one.
anything aside from Shiba. Are you?
Yeah. Nope. I'm trying
Okay,
to
if
find.
anybody knows anything
Everybody,
better than
please
Shiba,
stop,
let us know.
Stop. Everybody, I want you to just focus in on that. We're talking about the best performing assets
In the world.
Out of
world
20,000 in the world.
over the last 3 years. And Enrique has done the work, done the math, and he has tweeted them out.
And this is not just crypto. This is
No,
stocks. This is commodities. This is everything.
we are the best performing, the number 2 performing crypto in the world, and not just crypto. It's against all other assets. So when people, well, let me ask the group this, but what about the person who was kind of seemed to be ankle biting in the chats? And I know that, you know, we have our ways of dealing with them, and sometimes ankle bites are just they're new and they don't know. But so we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. But you know, it's like, yeah, but it went up to $7, you know, and so came back down. But yet still at today's price, you're telling me we're the number 2 performing asset? Like if we wouldn't have ever had that retrace, we would have beaten the Shiba Inu, I presume.
Well, what can you do with a Shiba Inu after all? Like seriously, it's a token running on Ethereum. Who controls Ethereum? Vitalik Buterin says who controls Ethereum is Circle. Who controls Circle? The owners. He who has the gold makes the rules. Who owns Circle? BlackRock, Fidelity.
Ethereum and
Federal
Ethereum.
Reserve.
Yeah, Ethereum is JP
Okay.
Morgan. JP Morgan
Yeah,
owns
so
Ethereum.
so
it's
if we're
really
going to
simple.
compare apples and orangutans, like you know, everybody has their 15 minutes of fame.
Like, McMurphy, what about Hex? What about Hex?
I could do one on Hex.
Yeah, do one on Hex because we just had that request in there. That would be.
Remember, it's been since March 2020 where, you know, it's been the test through which all assets have gone to determine whether they're hedge against inflation. And so it's been a critical period of time that Epic has outperformed everyone else.
That's exactly.
And that's what matters. 3 years is an eternity in crypto. I mean, are you kidding? Are you kidding me? You know, like we've been out for years. The Epic network has had 100% uptime since April 2021. Solana is worth $10 billion and it's had a dozen failures. This network has this problem. This network has this problem. This one's under attack with this lawsuit, this whatever. Pick another network at any price, millions, billions, trillions. I don't care. There is nothing that can do what Epic can.
Okay, so let's see. Oh, we have an update. I believe we have an update coming in from the festival. Looks like Abram, are you coming in? I can't wait.
It's a party.
Hola!
Oh, look at that.
Wait, we need one.
Wow.
Great. What are you smoking and how can we get some?
Never cease to amaze. First, I want to make sure you guys can hear us because the computer's a little distant, so we are all in.
We can
totally.
hear you.
Okay,
As long as you shout, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll talk loud.
So, why don't you go ahead and start us off, Uncle V?
Well, these are the amazing people who are at the Lucidity Festival, of which we raise the community funds for these folks to do what they're doing right now. And I will tell you, I was one person. It's kind of like we've been through this many times before, where people come in hot and they're like, yeah, we want some money, whatever. And so I was cautiously optimistic to maybe the side of being an auto hoaxer. And then Arya, you came in and you did that darn lead with your chin versus your handout thing, and you just started, delivering value right away. I mean, just like you took control. You're like, hold my beer. Let me do what I do. And all of a sudden we had you on. We did a fundraise, and I'm sitting here, because I'm the personality who's the voice of Epic, meaning I just have a big mouth and I started first. Anyone else wanting to do this, by all means, please do. But I will tell you, I have been very sensitive to community fundraise fatigue. So it was almost like I had you on begrudgingly. You didn't know that, but I'm just being candid with you right now. I had you on begrudgingly, and you came on and you made your case. And you know what? Within 48 hours, we had your case entirely funded. 10,000 Epic. I think we got up well over that. And then it was like 16,000 USD. I think we ended up getting a little over that. So that's setting the table to where you are right now at this festival that the community raised the funds for. And here we are. I believe the festival has started, right? You have a bunch of great people around there who are lovely. Tell us about them.
So today is the beginning of the festival, and people are just starting to come in. But the folks that you have see here, the dreamers that you see here, are the who are generally involved in the festival itself. They're trash pickup or offering workshops on breath, on breathing. And also we have an elder from the community, Rabia, sorry, I'm gonna mess up names. And then we have you know, some of the festival goers here that have already downloaded the wallet, so you can see the kind of people.
By the way, are you in the know that the that iOS they just released the latest update? So anybody, I mean, that's huge. So anybody who already has a wallet, have them hard press that icon and update it, because it takes care of everything. You should have a seamless weekend now.
Yeah, well, you know, in that regard, I really appreciate you mentioning that, because we need all the tech support we can get along the way here. It's quite a techie thing to have Starlink LA provide us with this Starlink system, which is how we're able to communicate with you right now. And then also, like, I also wanted to mention, just as it came to my mind, that when I created this proposal, I first presented it to Max Freedom, who's on the show here, and he's like an obvious spokesperson that we see on your show all the time. And so sometimes people question about the authority, the centralization. Well, he could have easily, you know, done something for me directly, but he showed me instead how to leverage the community and how to have a true decentralized system. And I think that's what these people are really interested in. Is we have something that's a coin that's private, and we have a decentralized community that's working together to fund projects that we feel are the most important to the causes and the values that we've created.
Can I ask, is there one person there that you can just have raise their hand who are new to crypto, who just downloaded the Epic Pay wallet?
Just downloaded it.
Just downloaded it. Yeah.
I haven't even opened it. I'm still waiting for the Epic.
5 years.
And what is your name?
Me?
Yes.
My name is Jen, or Amazing.
Hey, Amazing
Jen.
Amazing Jen. So I want to just talk with you right now, Amazing Jen, and I want to give you a little bit of perspective. With any asset, there is an unknown period of price discovery, okay? And during that price discovery, those people who exercise the muscle of delayed gratification are going to win, and they're going to win big. Right now, with whatever Epic you have in your wallet, whenever I give somebody one Epic, I believe with all my heart, and I've been at this for 2.5 years, over 500 hours of content on video, taking a deep dive into Epic, I believe I'm giving away $1,000 in future value. And I think that's just scratching the surface. So if you exercise that muscle of delayed gratification, one day you're going to be sitting at another festival, and you are going to sit back, you know, telling somebody else to hold your beer, and you're going to say, I was in Epic Cash at the beginning when it was like just around $1.50, you know, and what I'm meaning to tell you is, even though you're new to the family right now, it's not going to take long at all to where you will be considered, you know, the old guard, the OG, you know, the ones who were here from the beginning. And you have Arya, who's demonstrated that. My gosh. I don't know if you knew what Epic Cash was a month ago, Arya, but right now within the community, you're looked at this amazing person who displays this unconscious competence specific to Epic Cash. And you did it just the old fashioned way, through grit and learning and asking questions and engaging. So thank you all. I mean,
I think it's illustrative. Arya, I mean, tell me if you don't want to share this, but I think it's important. The way that Arya came into our world, I don't know how long you've been paying attention to Epic or how long you've been around. I mean, you know, there's been a lot of growth in the chats, but I know very vividly actions matter. So I dropped what I was doing. I hate traveling. I flew to a conference for the Archaics community in Texas as a symbolic gesture of how important I thought that was. Arya drove, I think, 18 hours or something to come and see me. I said, you know, hey, it would be interesting to talk. If you're ever in Vegas, we should do lunch. And he's like, I'll be there tomorrow. Okay. So we had some Indian food, and we sat together for a couple of hours. And so, Uncle, you put down your quarter red flag because I invested the couple hours to put up my 100% green flag. And I said, you know, maybe we end up with egg on our face, but I think this is worth a chance. Let's make this happen. And so Arya, you know, like is completely responsible for making all this magicness happen. But we also played a role in, you know, unlocking access to this web of resources that he's plugged into. So this is a great example of the hive mind at work. Arya, do you want to share a bit about how we've come to this point?
I just want to ask one question to Arya that he can answer first. Arya, I just want to know, why do you talk so negatively about Mother Trucker? Everybody, I'm kidding. Mother Trucker is a rock star, and what do you have to say about Mother Trucker, Arya? First of all.
She literally is the fuel in my engine. Like when and also she keeps my wheels going down the proper direction. And she's literally a mother that's a trucker.
Yes.
She's like, whenever I call her up, she's trucking around, and she's like being my mom, basically.
Yeah.
Gonna be okay. I have some doubts. I call her up. She clears the doubts. I have some questions about the community. I call her. She clears it out. Literally, she's like the ultimate Epic resource.
Right. She's amazing.
Harmon does that too. Alan trades. I mean, my God, you know, we should do a better job of making a list of shout outs. I know people have been working on the Ava Awards, so we can get more formal about it. But there's just so much out there.
Max, we got all these beautiful people in front of us right now. Let them talk. You know, I mean, we can do 2 hours of shout outs. Okay.
All right.
And boom.
Probably should.
Grab the mic, guys. You know, talk.
Thank you. I'm going to introduce everyone, let them start speaking. But just real quick, I joined through Jeranism. He's doing the TE. How's that pronounced, Max? Thames?
Thames.live, TEMS.live.
He has this online sort of gathering of free thinkers. And I'm part of the community because I helped write a book called Vedic Cosmology that kind of talks about alternative views of the cosmology. And so we linked up in that way many months ago before meeting you all. And then you all did a 1,000-coin free giveaway on his show. And so I was like, I'm going to check that out. I need some money. And just kind of observing and listening to what you all were speaking on the show, I was like, wait a minute, I thought I was going to get into another shit coin here. It's like, this is actually like everything I've been looking for. It's got the blockchain going on, but it's also private, and it's got a community of people that we absolutely like align with. Hang on one sec while the truck drives by. And our stream may end up being ended when the music starts popping, you guys. This is the perfect time to do the stream.
Perfect.
So that's how I joined. And then to introduce everybody, like these are a lot of the people that are behind the scenes at the festivals, but we also have some festival goers that are just here to be a dreamer with all the rest of us, co-create what we are. And so really that, for me, that's the essence of what's happening here, is it's co-creation. The Lucidity Festival kind of like is founded on this idea that we work together to build the dream. And so Epic Cash, I do believe, is going to fund the dreams of these dreamers when they know how to put a proposal together. Like me, I'm a dreamer. I've been coming here for years and years. I used to host the Mantra Dome here, but now I know we can offer a Mantra Dome, but what if instead we brought a group of people who could fund all kinds of different conscious projects? So I wanted to start with Rabia. He's one of the elders in this community. And Rabia, just talk about yourself and what you do.
Fantastic. Sure. Thank you. funny as it is, you could look at what I do as actually igniting a sense, a source of currency that's in your back pocket that you don't know about. Most of us, many of us often are not breathing deeply at all, or breathing consciously. The whole day without breathing more than a few conscious breaths. So this shirt I'm wearing with the tree and lungs, this is representative of our nonprofit organization, Do As One. It's all built on a vision to unite 1 billion people to breathe together synchronously. And what world would be standing in if
I'm
we
in.
stopped and returned to the culture, the aspect of breathing together daily. You know, I get up, I breathe together via technology. Actually, we have called the World Breathing Room. So something we're doing right now is seeking to gift the world an emoji, a symbol that means to take a conscious breath. Imagine overnight, teachers have a symbol, they hold it up, and the children have agreed. It's like a baseline thing. We're moving into this now when we breathe together. And as we return that, the currency of breath will ignite the feeling of freedom, the feeling, because that's what breath does for us. A big, deep, full breath. It's free, literally. Okay? And it causes, so anyway, not to go like full from the pulpit on you right now, but sharing with you that one piece is what we're coming back out in the world with. We had a division cooking pre-2012 years, and then we didn't have any funding. And Do As One hasn't done much, but now we're resurfacing with this symbol idea. And that would be something that I think would be fun to bring into this community of well-wishers and dreamers and people that get what would happen tomorrow. Yeah, that happened, and we were able to breathe.
That's really beautiful. That's really awesome. I mean, breathing, like in yoga, long time ago, first thing I heard about yoga was the guru said that, look, if I'm here to do just one thing, is I'm here to teach you how to breathe. That's it. If I could teach you how to breathe, because everybody, that message just really resonates, because a lot of people just they don't think about it. They just go through life, without knowing how to like hack their vagus nerve through breathing, how to achieve, better understanding and better sleep, and, overcome anxiety and things like that. That's a really cool goal. Wow.
So when I told the community that these were the ambassadors for the coin that we've been waiting for, I think you're all starting to see like how we line up.
Right.
Like these people, it's not that they just do this for a weekend here. This is their lifestyle.
Yeah.
And we all gather here to kind of recharge our batteries for the year, I guess you could say, and kind of reconnect with like what we've had going on for the last year, and talk about how we're going to co-create our futures together. And so Epic Cash is going to be instrumental in this dreaming system that we're working together on.
Are you? I just saw in the chat. Let me read it. My coins from Jeranism giveaway are currently tripled. That's awesome. So the value of them.
Since I got in, my coins have gone 5 times.
5x. Awesome. That's great. That's great. Well, we're just getting started on that, and you guys are going to be the brush fire for our next run, I believe.
Yeah, look at the synergy going on here. We're offering the coins at a really good price. Well, not that we're offering, but they're available at a very good price right now.
Yeah.
And so look at the co-creation. They have the opportunity to drive the price up by being ambassadors and telling people, see, it's like a Jacob's ladder. It feeds off of it.
That's right. That's right. And regarding breathing, can I just do a breathing exercise right now? Okay, thank you. And when you go to the mantra tent, remember it's Epic Cash. All right, you guys are good. Now you're coached up.
and I think what the dreamers here are seeing is that the Epic Cash community is actually dreamers too. It's just that all of you have kind of been working behind the scenes in terms of putting the technology together, getting this community together. You're all working hard like at your jobs while you do this at the same time. It's a completely volunteer thing. So you don't really have the time on your end to be the ambassadors.
Exactly.
That's why you funded my proposal, because you realize that, okay, this guy, if he can actually do what he's saying he's going to do, he could ignite the fire of mass adoption. And
100%.
that I spent your money wisely. You know, that I'm bringing it, even if it just the 5 or 6 people that are sitting here. There's some other folks in the back. Even if they were the only thing that I brought together in this festival, that would do it in itself.
Yeah.
Because I'm so confident that this is like a fire that's with a bunch of dry wooden sticks sitting around. It's just gonna start catching around. Like Rabia is gonna start telling some people.
That's right.
Start telling some people, and then they're gonna tell. And then this currency lounge, it doesn't look like super active right at the moment, but later on, it's gonna be hard to find a seat.
Oh, I have no doubt. I have no doubt. And I really appreciate your use of funds and how you have, as they come in, they go out. So you're creating this currency. I remember when we did a huge community raise for Enrique in El Salvador, and he spent it on Jack Daniels and Jose Cuervo and Lamborghinis and stuff like that. So I really appreciate you guys. I never thought I could make him blush. I think I just did, everyone.
I'm sunburned. That's it.
Yeah, he just automatically got sunburned. No, we love us some Enrique and El McMurphy.
Just saying, it takes a lot to reach in on people's attention these days. Attention itself being probably the most valued currency.
Good point.
At one point, but we're in such that place. So good on you. Really fantastic. I have a question.
Sure.
In that, you know, so many coins have surfaced, so much goodwill has seemingly surfaced behind many of them, right? And so what's the value proposition that makes this different? That isn't just, for instance, the overlay of the decentralization, the privatization piece about the transactions, I get it. But in terms of people that are already out there in crypto, you know, ear to the street, which is not me, I'm asking, what's the value? That's the main value proposition on deck that makes it different, that differentiates it? Is there anything else I need to hear about that?
Well,
there's different ways of looking at it. You can look at it on merit of how to get it. You know, we don't use ASICs, so people to mine Epic Cash, you know, can use their already existing PCs. So it's a much greener proof of work. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Much louder.
Okay. So that's one, you know, the ability to actually obtain Epic through mining process is actually much cleaner and greener, and, you know, people with gaming PCs and business PCs can actually get their hands on Epic Cash. The fact that we're borderless, we have, you know, white papers written in more languages than Bitcoin. We're pushing for this global adoption. We're in 129 countries. You know, it is a private asset, so that is huge. You know, it's fungible and private. So that means we are uniquely representing this unconfiscatable private property, something that cannot be taken away from people, which is funny because people don't even like the word unconfiscatable. Like Google and Microsoft do not, their spell checker still doesn't recognize the concept of unconfiscatable, even though we all understand what it means, okay? It is truly yours. It's nobody's business. What you have, who do you transact with? Mm-hmm. So that's kind of the ethos that you know, that we represent, you know, through our community.
Well, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example. What was your name again? Anna. We were talking earlier about this, right? Mm-hmm. What was it? What you want to say?
When I was speaking on the taxes, or when I was speaking on the
decentralization.
Yeah, I mean.
Or also like even knowing that this is the main thing I want to say. That we were like, most people in this scene even don't know that Bitcoin and these other coins aren't private, right?
Hey, guess what? Guess what? If all of you go and you subscribe to the Uncle Vigilante channel and you look at the video, Epic Cash versus BTC, that I uploaded this morning, in 27 minutes, you will know more than 99.999% of the world about Bitcoin. Okay.
And I'll share. Sorry, go ahead.
Hold on, Yoga. May I make a brief suggestion? So Arya and others at the show, if people don't understand Epic private internet cash fungibility, why is that a thing? I don't get it. Okay, Ask them, a lot of people are into crypto now for years, ask them to show their wallet address. Oh, you're into Ethereum, you're into BTC, whatever. Get their address, have them send it to you through Telegram, through, whatever, and then bounce it through, and then we'll pull up the research, and within seconds, minutes, certainly not more than hours, we'll be able to pull up a detailed sort of like, oh, this is how much money you have. Goat porn, wow, very interesting. Like everything that everybody does on these blockchains is open,
And you guys,
and nobody realizes it.
hold on.
It's how much money you have, who you sent it to,
Yeah.
and how much money they have, and it's basically an open book. It's
It-
as
it
if
was-
someone went to your bank account and asked to your bank and asked them to tell them.
Let me put it one other way. Let me put it one other way. It's like if somebody sent you an email, let's just say, right? Or through their browser, you would be able to go into their browser and they'd be able to see your browser of all of your search history you've ever done. And then people who communicated with that person, they'd be able to see all of the communication between them who were associated with that, with the Bitcoin. It is a transparent change. I will tell you, to sum it up, I look at it, and I think you all will relate to this as I have a dream, okay? I have a dream where people are free to privately buy and sell as they choose with a preferred private peer-to-peer medium of exchange, rather than having to pay what? A war tax to the world banksters that are out there on every single surveilled transaction, or risk confiscation or even jail time. And I believe that there's now, with Epic Cash, a fundamental eagerness with which the peoples of the world seek to free themselves. This is about freedom. Free themselves from the enslaved chains of the Druid Babylonian bastards, their monetary control system. So
Yeah.
that
One thing I just want to throw in there, if we're talking about facts, just objective facts of differentiation, if you're looking at the technologies, because you mentioned it, there's tons of different cryptos out there, and a lot of them have very friendly rhetoric. A lot of people say the right thing and everything, but one of the other things that we deliver is a technical aspect of our privacy is not done through obfuscation. Like Monero, for example, a lot of people have heard about Monero through privacy, right? So Monero obfuscates their transactions by throwing in a whole bunch of extra fake data in there. So every time you do a transaction, system generates a whole bunch of other bullshit data. But the reality is all of that data gets stored in the blockchain. So that makes their blockchain very heavy, very cumbersome. Epic Cash does not store address information or amount information. So our privacy is actually a result of our tighter tech. It's the result of a compression technology. Okay, so there's less information to find to begin with. So your address information and your amount information is not stored by the blockchain. That's a very key differentiator that makes us, a lot more friendly, and makes our blockchain a lot tighter.
Yeah, and so imagine just this one point of privacy. How many people from this festival are going to be interested? Because there's a lot of people here who got into crypto. They're ahead of the game usually, and
Because of privacy.
yeah, and just the privacy issue alone is enough to sell, this community. But
Yeah.
we have like 10 other features that are very attractive as well.
Yep. Yeah, it's lightweight, it's fast, it's private. There's, it is borderless, it is unstoppable. I mean, that's kind of where it's at. And you guys talking about Bitcoin not having privacy. I got into Bitcoin in 2010, as a miner, and we learned it the hard way. Like we thought like, oh wow, this is magical internet money kind of thing. And it was literally, when somebody tips another person, and then we'll find out like, oh my God, you still have like, so many Bitcoins left. And oh my God, I didn't know you were mining on the same pool that I'm mining on. And people are like shocked, like, how the hell did you know this? And they look at the blockchain transaction, and you can see like, oh yeah, here's who else you tipped. Here's where you're getting your Bitcoin from. Here's how much you got. And from that day on, forever, you're tethered to this point, to this person. And everybody that does business with you and everybody you do business with them, and vice versa on their side, everything is interconnected, and it's a $20 billion industry today, de-anonymizing transactions.
Hey,
And
let me
it's growing fast. So
Sorry.
Epic Cash, protects you from that.
Let me ask you all, at this festival, Are there restrooms that are close?
Yeah. Porta potties.
Okay, there's porta potties. Do the porta potties have transparent doors on them, or do they give you some privacy?
Not at this festival, no.
Not this one.
Okay,
There are festivals, however.
yeah, at this festival, you have the Epic Cash porta potties that give you that element of transparency. But can you imagine if there was no door on it? You know, that's Bitcoin. I just like to bring it down to something that has to do with the toilet, because then people can relate.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's the
Very
analogy for
visual.
this place, man.
I also
Yeah.
I don't think people value, or it's been devalued that privacy is a currency. Privacy is a currency.
100%.
And we've devalued that, or allowed it to get devalued. Oh yeah, sure, take my, yeah, you can have that too. Yeah. No, enough, enough, we're pissed.
Right. That's right. We're
And
pissed.
I've been telling people that if the solutions to your problems don't include privacy, then it's going to be a bigger problem in due course of time.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Need to recharge the batteries and move on respectfully.
Yeah.
Myself.
Oh, yes,
I
please.
don't want to speak for anybody else.
Because some of us have workshops we got to go take care of. So
I gotta go.
Thank you, folks.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Thanks.
you.
We're running up on the hour anyway, so it was a pleasure having you on, and best wishes for a wonderful festival.
Are you going to subscribe to you?
Uncle Vigilante. If you just search in YouTube, Uncle Vigilante, and subscribe and hit that notification bell, and you will be notified.
yeah.
You're-
Well,
Namaste.
music start in 5 minutes probably anyway, so that I don't think we'd be able to stream further. And I really want to
Perfect.
thank the community, because without the funding to bring me here, then the dreamers would have never had a chance to encounter Epic Cash, at least not at this accelerated pace.
Right.
So, thank you, community, for seeing my vision and understanding that it actually wasn't my vision. They're the ones who taught me how to be the person that I am.
Well,
Awesome.
we like that teaching. Teach others, man. We need more Aryas in the world.
Yes, I celebrate Arya. Good job, brother.
Thank you, folks.
Okay. The last thing I want to say, Max, I want to bring you back in. You wanted to talk about Crypto Housewife.
Oh, yeah. So, Crypto Housewife, if you're listening, thank you for the shout outs on your recent videos. The 10 or 15 seconds that were devoted to mentioning us are appreciated. And you mentioned multiple times now that you don't own any coins. And you devoted a lot of time to determining whether the price of XRP is going to go up or down, reading the tea leaves. And I'm like, XRP is already $50 billion, and there's already 1,000 other people talking about technical analysis of XRP. Maybe put that, 3 minutes into a fundamental analysis about how, instead of caring about wiggling on the chart 20%, like it takes another $10 billion to make 20% returns on your XRP. If she bought $1 worth of Epic, she could forget that XRP even exists. And so we're really at a special time in history right now. Everyone gets the price they deserve. So we love you, Crypto Housewife. That if you focus on the pennies, you miss the dollars, and if you focus on the thousands, you miss the millions, and if you focus on the millions, you miss the billions.
And Crypto Housewife, I know you've stated that you cannot acquire everything that you cover, and I can certainly appreciate that. There are 23,000 assets out there, but I hope you've learned enough that you just, you acquire a few so that you can speak to it from somebody who hasn't been given the Epic Cash to you, even though if you come into our chats and you get an Epic Cash tip bot, when you provide such amazing coverage on Epic Cash, you'll find we're a very, very generous community. So I hope you do that. t.me/Epic Cash.
Or create an account on epicfundme.com is another good way to get to earn Epic Cash by contributing to the community.
Absolutely. But I think, Max, what you're saying is that, and this is the wonderful analysis that you gifted me, is Crypto Housewife. I mean, how many assets out there are there to where if you acquired a certain amount of them, just your own personal energy could positively impact the price on it? I mean, just by educating others to where you're one of tens of thousands of people who are talking about XRP, the quote unquote XRP army or other assets, when you are just a treasure for the Epic Cash community. You know, I just hope that, like me, I evangelize Epic Cash for good reason. And I think you're realizing what those good reasons are. And we just want you along for the ride. I have a dream, another one, to where we're at the 2024 Epic Cash conference and I meet you.
Yep.
And I meet you. So
Skin in the game.
Also, sorry to interrupt, but Yoga, I'm going to be in Miami for a conference on May 10th to 12th. I'm also going to be filming with Leah Heilpern and her brother Gideon in town. So we're going to try to do some stuff around that time. Dustin is coming in. There's Joey and her girlfriend. So somewhere around, you know, that time, we're going to do some stuff in Miami. I'm talking to Fausto Cepeda, one of our early OG miners, to do another mining training, stuff like that. So if you want to be or could be in and around like Florida, a couple, what is that, a month from now or so, let's figure out how to get together physically and break bread. And we've got all these funding rails and stuff. So Epicentric Miami #2. Let's do a Freeman family feast and do dinner. Let's do a Freeman family fiesta, have a party. We can do all this stuff. So let's have some fun. We got about a month to plan.
Make it happen.
But Max, I didn't know you were real. I thought you were Max GPT.
Yeah, exactly.
The AI unveiling.
Rumors of my corporate reality are greatly exaggerated.
Yeah, that's so funny. So everybody in the chat, thank you for showing up.
Thank you, folks.
42 watching, 43 thumbs up. I like that. I hope others like this. Everybody rallied around Crypto Housewife, getting her over 100 likes. How about get me 100 likes every once in a while? Huh? Okay, guys.
That's right.
Have a wonderful weekend. We will see you back on Wednesday at noon Eastern time, if we don't sneak in another one some other time. And how do you make sure you don't miss it? You hit the notification bell. You like and hit the notification bell. So, Yoga Dude, thank you very much for being here and giving your sage wisdom and counsel. L. McMurphy, thank you for showing up. Max, appreciate you. And Arya and just the whole gang there. It was awesome to see you.
Amazing.
Okay.
Community in action.
Thanks, everybody. We're doing it, folks.
We are. All right. The worm